No matter how you slice it, storing bikes is a big old pain. They're cumbersome, they're oddly shaped, they don't stand up on their own, and they never seem to fit exactly where we want them to when it comes time to store them. So here are my top 5 tips on how to store your bike in a better way. Hey guys, Josh here again with Daily Mountain Bike Rider, and today we're talking all about bike storage. Now, before we talk about that, I first have to address the mustache in the room. Yes, I did no shave November. I decided to shave off the beard, and I left the stash because every morning when I look in the mirror, it makes me giggle a little bit. So if you think I should shave it, just click that like button, and then I'll know it should be gone, or just leave a comment that I should keep it, and yeah, I'll know more. Anyway, so why am I talking about bike storage? Kind of seems like an odd video, right? Well, I've actually messed this up multiple times. I have hurt 2 bikes in the last 2 years that have caused me to lose a significant amount of money in resale value, more than I would like to admit, because I just laid my bike on something that wasn't stable, or I didn't have a better place to store it. And I wish somebody would have made a simple video on a couple of ways on how to store your bike better. So, without further ado, here are my top 5 ways on how to store your bike in a better way. First up is probably the most simple way and why I'm putting it up front, and it's just using a bike stand that you probably already have laying around. If you're really into biking, or maybe you're just getting into it, a bike stand is a great investment to work on your bike, gives you a great place to attack the drivetrain, suspension, everything else. But along with that, keeping it in the bike stand like I have here doesn't hurt the dropper seat post and allows your bike to stay up so it's not going to fall over. Gives it a great grip, it actually looks really cool on display in your garage, and it protects your bike. Now, not everybody has the money to go and buy a bike stand or really feels like they need one, but wants an easy way to store their bike in kind of a standing up way. That's where this little thing comes into play. I picked this up on Amazon. It's a very simple bike stand. You can adjust it to the wheel size, and your wheel just rolls right back into it. Literally, it takes like half a second, and then you can walk away and your bike stays nice and sturdy. With this setup, this is what I wish I had right off the bat. It puts your bike right where you can access it, allows you to work on your seat post, your handlebars, your front fork, and a lot of things. And it's so slick and streamlined that it just looks great and works really, really well. Now, the third option is probably the one we've all seen the most. It's these simple little hooks. You can put these in studs in your garage or in a storage shed if you have one, and they make it so your bike hangs up. It really keeps it out of the way, and this is a great option for people who maybe don't ride their bikes a ton or just don't feel like they need to have them accessible all the time. It's a very inexpensive option. It works very well. The only downside is it is kind of a pain to lift up. So that's why there's a couple of better versions of this that I would highly recommend. And that's where this thing comes into play. This is hands down by far my most used form of mountain bike storage. This is a neat little thing I picked up on Amazon, and what it does is it screws into some of your existing studs and allows you to have storage up top and then store up to 3 bikes in the main area. As you can see, I've got 2 full-size mountain bikes right here on the outsides and my son's little Strider in the middle. And this is my go-to mountain bike storage solution because it gets your bikes off the ground, out of the garage, out of the way. It actually makes it so you can pivot these so that you can push them all the way to one side or another if you're trying to get to things or need an access way to a door. And the biggest thing is I can store stuff above here all year round. And if you're anything like me, you've got a bunch of stuff in your garage, so the more storage, the better. So that's my go-to option, but what if you really want something that totally gets your bike completely out of the way? Well, that's where this thing comes into play. And as you can see here, this is set up to a bike pulley system. You can find these on Amazon or in Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap, they're under 40 bucks, you get actually 2 of them. And it allows you to get your bike all the way up on the ceiling, completely out of the way, so that you can park a car under here, you can do so many things and still have your bike available when you need it. Definitely is a little bit of a hassle to lower it down and re-lower it up, but after you learn it, you can do it pretty stinking quickly. Alright, so those are my 5 top bike storage methods that have worked out wonderfully for me. I've used every one for an extended period of time based on, honestly, just what I've had in the garage. And I really feel like every option is great for a different scenario. Some of you are in apartments where you need something that's very quick and easy and stays out of the way. Others of you have garages like myself, or maybe you have a small storage area and you need solutions for your situation. I hope one of these, all of these will work out for you. If you want some more information or some links on where you can get these products, just go ahead and check down in the description. I'll make sure I have a link for all of them so that you can check them out. And more than anything, if you have other ideas of how to do bike storage easier, I know there's some various setups so that you can get a bunch of bikes on one open wall, or people make their own stands out of 2x4s. Leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to heart the good ones so that other people can hear about it. Alright, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, click a like button. If you want me to keep the mustache, just make sure you let me know in a comment. And besides that, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the great videos I post about biking and everything else. Alright, that's it for me, guys. Don't spend too much time watching a creepy guy with a mustache in his garage talk about bike storage. But get out there and ride your bike. Make sure you do it every day.